Dear friends of a love for volleyball, amor por el voleibol, I'm pleased and honored to talk today with a player of the female Bulgarian team with a very interesting experience in the European courts and representing her country around the world. I'm referring to Miroslava Paskova, who is kindly talking with me today about her sporting life. Hello, Miroslava, how are you?
Hello. Nice to meet you, first of all. And I'm fine.
Super.
I'm
And
fine.
first of all, I want to ask you, Miroslava, when did you start playing volleyball and when do you choose volleyball as your sport?
First of all, I started in my hometown, and it wasn't like serious idea because I first of all, I did volleyball was not the first sport that I ever played. I
Mhm.
played firstly football, but I
Okay.
decided like it's too much running, maybe something else. And they just said like, look, girl, you are tall enough, you can try playing volleyball, and that's how it started, like a
Oh,
joke
okay.
from the school team.
Okay. And how was it for you in the beginning? Because um, what I know that in Bulgarian the players are very tall, especially the men players and also the female players. And you're for our side of the country of the world, you're tall, but not so tall like many other players. How was it for you in the beginning? Was it hard for you? Was it easy for you to start playing volleyball?
Uh, First of all, when I was, in my junior years, I was one of the tallest. But
Okay.
after I faced the reality, and I realized that I have to, push more with the physique if I want to play. But actually, I have to be honest. I fall in love with the game, and I was like, determined to make it happen. Doesn't matter if I'm like, not the size that I'm supposed to be. And I decided that I have to use more. And I mean, I kind of like this one because it makes you more complex like a player. You have all the elements and everything, and you can master on a different crafts, because if you have the physique, then I think it's God given, and you are a little bit kind of blessed. And but this one, what I have to jump, fortunately.
Yes, it's true. For example, we see today, for example, Gabi Guimarães from Brazil. She's not very tall, but she has an incredible jump. And as you say, she's physically and technically very complete. So it's very interesting to hear you about your thoughts about this issue in volleyball. And I wanted to ask you, how was it for you? You started to play at school in a club. How was your history when you was young?
So I was trying to balance between the school and the volleyball, but we got one competition outside of it's gathered together all the towns, and it's kind of finals. And then Levski Sofia was my first club,
Okay.
and let's say they kind of notice me, and they're like searching for young players who, let's say, have abilities or something. And then I was 14 back then, and it started. I went there immediately, not with juniors. I went immediately to the women's team. It
Okay.
was hard hit, hard hit, because you have to survive and you have to learn fast. Because if you don't make it, then you die. I mean, you are not part of it. It
Yes.
was this old-fashioned principle that, like, they will push you, and if you survive, you continue. If no, it's your problem. This was like this.
Okay, very easy. And how was it for you to be part of this system? Because um, um, what we know that in Bulgaria you are not many person in Bulgaria. If I'm not wrong, you're about 7 million, 6 million, and volleyball is a very important sport. And how was it for you and your family to see maybe you have an opportunity to be a professional volleyball player? How was it for you and your family maybe to make this decision?
First of all, I was, hiding from them that I'm playing volleyball, because, they wanted to be also, this is kind of old fashioned for me now, because they say, push the school, you're not gonna, like, you're not gonna be able to play sports forever. And I was like, hiding. I included my granny. She was taking care, like, don't worry. She went out to play.
Okay.
But actually I was going for practice. But then after, when the big team back then for me, Levski Sofia, they called, and I said to them, look, guys, I'm gonna continue with the school also, but I want to go there and try. And they were like, but I mean, there is nothing that we can do. So you can go. You have our support. And none of them played sports like professionally. So I guess I'm the starting position from it. But I don't know. It's not a problem. But all the physiques and the qualities that I have, I'm blessed to be a little bit more athletic, let's say. This one I took from them. And also I have younger sister. She played, but she stopped. She didn't quite take the physics, so that's why she stopped.
Okay, understand. And continue with this question. How was it for you to visualize? Maybe you have some, for example, some stars you admire, or you know some female player or male player from Bulgaria. Do you have some player in mind you wanted to play like them, like they, and to be able to emulate the history, or maybe it was your own history you wanted to play like yourself, or how was it for you in this tema?
I watched, let's say in the beginning, I didn't watch so much, but after I started, and I admired how Ivan Zaitsev played. He was all time my favorite opposite, and also switching time to time this position like an outside hitter. And also when I was young, I was opposite.
Mhm.
And I started to, switch between position for opposite. Doesn't matter, just I have to play. But female, I cannot say that I admire someone, and I wanted to, let's say, leave my own mark on this one in my own style. Maybe it's nothing some huge, but still it's mine, and I know in myself that it's my, achievement, personal.
Perfect. I understand it. And when did you start playing with the national team? How was this history for you?
It started, I think, when I was 15. It was my first invitation. We played some Balkan championship, something small like this. And after, we improved year by year, European championship like this. Then I started to, be like more like French key, used like an opposite and outside hitter. And until nowadays, I'm still with the national team.
And how do you felt playing with the Bulgarian national team, to be able to play against your neighbors, maybe to see another volleyball around the world, maybe to play with Japanese players, Brazilian players? How was it for you? And did you realize that Bulgaria, as Bulgarian player, you were able to be better than the other, or do you realize maybe you have to work very hard to go to the best levels? How was it for you in your beginning as a national player?
I think it's challenging because you face different nationalities and also different styles, especially like we mentioned, the Brazil and also Japan and also Russia, let's say back then. And it's completely different because, as you said, we are a small country and we don't have that much choice from, players and this one and that one. But it was challenging from the very beginning because I think there is no player on the planet that wants to lose. And we just now we are learning how to win and put one foot in front of the other and step over some levels.
Exactly. And yesterday, you have the opportunity to play the Paris Olympic qualification. How was it for you to play this tournament? How do you felt to play this tournament?
It's fantastic. I have to say the feeling is amazing. All the international competitions, especially nowadays, when each and every team is improving like a style of the game, also with the power. And I think we are getting closer to the men volleyball, because it's aggressive. It's about speed, precision, and everything combined, and it's fantastic. I mean, I really, especially also when I went there and in the VNL, we knew that it's not going to be an easy game, and most of the VNL I watched at home because the injury, but it was unbelievable. I mean, it's unbelievable, and I'm happy to be part of this evolution of the woman volleyball.
You're absolutely right, because what you're saying, volleyball, female volleyball is day by day more similar as men volleyball in power and strength. But I have a question, because in the past, when I played, for example, in the 80s, so long ago, you saw that the Japanese volleyball has a style, the Brazilian volleyball, the Russian volleyball has a style, and what I could see that Bulgaria has also a style of playing volleyball, especially in the male concept, with very tall players with a very powerful play. And today we can see, for example, the Japanese or the Brazilian, they play very similar, very fast, but very high middle blockers. How do you feel that Bulgaria, especially in the female volleyball, is doing, and how do you feel that maybe your progress will get you in the top 10, for example?
I think we are working like in the video, and also what we have as a teamwork. Now we are getting closer, I guess, in the right direction. But I think long time we didn't find out which style it's fitting for us and the players that we have. But now, I mean, my generation, let's say now we are old already, but the new generations are coming and they're huge. We have good kids.
Yeah, yeah,
And
no.
I mean, I think if they're able to balance the things with the physics and everything with the speed, everything will be okay. And we can play like, like the top 10 teams, not having all the ups and downs because it's, hard to keep all together everything because of the precision, the power and this, and also you have to keep clear the mind because, we are sometimes, let's say we are impatient because they give you an idea to follow or some
Yeah.
rule. And if it's not working, you as a player, if it's not working, you want to change immediately. You don't give it time. You want to execute immediately. You want point. And this is, I think, also the tricky part that you have to be a little bit patient and wait things to happen because it doesn't happen from today for tomorrow.
Yes, you're right. As a person from South America, we see that you in Europe, you have so many championships, so many tournaments, so many countries, national teams, the club teams, and here in South America it's a little less. So, how do you feel to be part of this circuit of professional volleyball? You play in Greece, in Turkey, in Bulgaria. How do you feel be part of this and be part of something important for your country and also for younger players?
So I think Europe, as you mentioned earlier, the Olympic qualification, I think this is the deadliest and the biggest battle if you have Olympic qualification only in Europe because it's huge fight because of the teams and everyone. Like now, I think everyone have clear vision, and for me it means a lot if I can be the, let's say, the example for. Just, I mean, if it's one person, then it's enough for me. It means I did a good job with, first of all, with the behavior and also how I think about the things because it's not normally back in time they said everything is the how high you are, how much you jump, but I want to combine all together and leave, as I said, my own mark.
Mhm.
And I think I have a good relationship with all the youngs and everything, so if they can get the best from me what I have, I'll be the happiest.
Yes. As I mentioned before, outside camera, I have the opportunity to interview players from Bulgaria, from all times, from the 80s, 70s, I don't know, and they all told me about the your character as a Bulgarian people, that you are very passionate, you're very ready to fight if you don't happy with something.
Yeah.
So we can see it today via YouTube, via all the channels that your teams, also the female team, are very aggressive in play. All the points are very important. So, and also your trainer, the Italian trainer is also blood-headed and very good, good to shout. And I'm telling this because sometimes you see another trainer, another teams, they're more calm. They're maybe they don't shout so much as you. How do you feel? Maybe this can help you, or maybe this is a issue to resolve when you have, for example, to play against better teams or teams like you.
Okay, so I think each and every coach has an individual approach to the things, and like the training camps and everything, till the tactics and all the details. And us as a professionals, we have to be able to adapt and go around this and still follow the general idea, which is to win. And I mean, also I'm studying now to be a head coach, I hope.
Yeah.
But I had a lot different coaches. Like one is like more impulsive, but a little bit quiet. The other one is aggressive, and they just express the emotions. But I think for me, it's more helpful to have a passionate coach, which who he's with you in the game, and he's
Yes.
like he care about what you are doing because that's what we do every day. It's connected with the lifestyle, with what you eat, what you do. I don't know. It takes all the time, and better be all together in this. Otherwise, it's not working.
Yes, sometimes people outside the court didn't understand this because, for example, I don't know if you remember a Russian trainer, Nikolay Karpol, that he shouted to the girls like crazy, but the girls, they were happy with him. They know him, and they told me that the coach was telling him there, about volleyball, nothing else. So maybe sometimes people don't understand it. The public, the crowd didn't understand it. So that's was my question. And when you see Bulgarian players, male or female, you feel there's something different. Maybe your passion sometimes will block sometimes your mind, and to be able to be better. I don't know. Maybe it's my own opinion, but I think you have opportunities because you love volleyball. I don't know,
Yeah.
you're so few people, but you all are crazy about volleyball. It's amazing. And I wanted to ask you, Miroslava, about your professional career. You play in Greece, in Turkey, and also in Bulgaria. How was it for you to play sometimes outside your country, to live maybe alone, or I don't know, to adapt to other cultures? How was it for you until now?
As I said, like each and every part from our sport is challenging to be there. My first year actually abroad was in Poland. I like it. I was 19. It was interesting, like, because you see a little bit from the culture, also what people think about I will say now, the whole community, the sports community. And it's nice to see people who love this. Also, Turkey was amazing. Greece was amazing. I mean, everything is just some precious experience that, you know, at the end of the day, we're not going to play forever, and if we can see as much as we can, then it will be fantastic. But it's challenging, and living alone is part of the game. It's hard to manage the personal and the professional. But if you're lucky enough to find the one who is understanding, and also because also the family will not understand you all the time, because you cannot go every time for the holidays, or when you have a day off, you don't want to travel, and you need to balance between the things, how to recover well, because you're professional and this is your job, but also at the same time you need to choose. Maybe if you don't go now, you cannot see them, and it's like this. But it's sacrifice that it's paying off for sure at some point of the time.
I'm asking you this because many times I think the most of the time people didn't know how hard it is to be a professional player, because we only see the game, the court, the gymnasium. We don't see behind the scene, all the trainings, all the suffering, all the effort you put in be in one game, for example. So it's hard to maybe that's because I'm trying to talk with you and other players to be able to communicate, and that people know what you're doing, what it's your work, and also that you do something you love. For example, I'm sure you did not play volleyball because it's an obligation. It's your passion. It's your sport. It's logical, but I think it's very important to communicate the hard work that you're doing, all the players, all the professional players. And I wanted to ask you now, you told me a little bit about your future. You told recently about maybe your project to be a coach, to be part of continuing being part of the game. Tell me, please, if you have some projects, or maybe it's only an idea until now.
No, I mean it's a long-term project in general, but I want to stay connected with the sports when I stop, for sure, because I think this is huge part of my life, and why not? I mean, I love it, and I will gladly share what I know and what I think about this. And for me, it's okay. I'm working on it. Firstly, to be a head coach, and maybe some physical, because I'm addicted on this one, because it's connected with all of my injuries that I have all the way to my sports career. And also, I wanted to say something about the people who don't know what the professional sport means. They think it's just like easy peasy. We go practice 2 hours, and this is they pay us shit ton of money, and then it's okay. But it's not like this. As I said, everything is connected. You have to. I mean, if you are self-respecting a professional player, you have to take care about the sleep, the going outs, and it's connected with a lot of things. And I'm telling you, people, it's not that easy. It's not how it looks like.
Absolutely. And Bulgaria or in Europe, you must be first a sport professor. How does the work in Europe to be a head coach? You must study first. How is the process?
Yeah, first of all, we have National Sports Academy, and there you have the different sports. Mine, like now, I'm volleyball coach. Also, you have other option to be a teacher or physical coach. Then you have like 4 years that you have to graduate normally, like exams and everything. But it's hard to manage like abroad now. And also, I think it's not necessary to finish this one, but more likely to, I think, speak with the federation, go and take the FIVB levels of being a head coach. I think this one is more important, but still, if I can have both, fantastic.
Fantastic. I remember interviewing Coach Kirley, the national coach of the US female team, and he told me he started very old to be a coach because he played indoor, later he played beach volleyball until he was 40, and then he started to be a coach. And sometimes, many times, good players are not always good coaches because it's very different. You must learn, and you must know so much about the game, about the communication with the players, about many things, tactic, strategic, and it's not easy. Not, at all. So I wanted to ask you, maybe you have some coach you think, okay, this coach, or maybe more coaches that you think maybe I will pick some of the styles, or maybe some of their way of watching the game, because when I was a young player, I wanted to play like this player because he was similar like me in my strengths, my way of playing. Do you have some coaches you wanted to pick something, or maybe you want to learn from them to be able to be, for example, your way of being a coach?
Yeah, I'm planning to, use from everyone something that I like and build my, like I said, my own mark, like, my own style. But I mean, for sure, I want to take of take the heart of Karpol because he have a heart for this game. And also, I wanted to say, uh, this one that it's connected how you communicate, because you can see the game, but maybe you're not able to transfer this one to your players, or you are not able to reach them for one reason or another, like a person, because I think first of all we are humans and we have to communicate like normal human beings and be able to express what we want to express in the right way, and after then we can talk about sport and like improve. And also, as I said to my teammates and stuff like this, if we have a fight or something in the court, they don't take it personal. It's everything connected with the game. No bad feelings, nothing. But I think you need to, first of all, either you have it or you don't have it. You cannot build this one. Either you see the game or you don't see. And after, if you see the game, it's easy because with the time, you just need time to learn the instruments that you need to use to give this your visions to your players, I think.
Absolutely. And going back to the game, do you have some championship or tournament that you remember the most, or maybe you like the most? Sometimes you played a tournament, you didn't win, but you felt that you played very well. Do you have some, until now, a tournament or championship you remember the most?
I can tell you one tournament. It was under 23 at World Championship in Slovenia. It was kind of test. It was kind of test of new rules or something, like not to step on the line from serve, like not land in the court. And also this, and it was playing like until 15 points.
Yeah.
And you have to take 3 sets. I mean, not 3 sets.
Yes.
You have to take 4 sets to
Mhm.
win. It was interesting. We won the bronze medal. This is the tournament that I'm gonna remember. And I have one special game. It was Olympic qualification 2019 in
Okay.
the United States. It was us, Argentina, Kazakhstan team, and United States.
Mhm.
And we were leading United States 2-1 at home, at their home. And we missed the chance, but I will remember this game until the end of my life. It's also the moment when you realize that how close it can be, and also how it can slip away in the blink of an eye.
Exactly. In 1 second. And talking about this, about your maybe your future volleyball career as a coach, what do you think about actual volleyball? Because when I played volleyball, it was a very different sport. The ball was different, the rules were different, all was very different. How do you feel, or how do you think volleyball is today? Do you feel comfortable with the rules today? Do you think maybe there must some change to be in the rules? What do your opinion about this?
I think now all the data that we have, and we are able to combine everything and organize well the process with the physical part, how much you push your players, and I mean you are able to balance the things, and also you can calculate most of the things that will happen, and that's why it's getting harder, because you need to use your brain all the time, because now everything can be measured, you can check the efficiency, this one and that one, and you have to be able to combine, and also again to give to the players in the understandable way, because you know some of them understand faster, some of them get it like in a different way, and also you need to synchronize their actions, because they need to see in order to win, I believe, this, that they have to see the game in the same way. You have to put the frame, the rules, and they have to see, for example, if they set high ball, everyone has to know that this is high ball. Or if it's like from this trajectory, like, let's say on the quick ball, we do this, that, but everyone has to see this one, and they have to work like one, move like one. I believe this is the general philosophy of the success. And after it comes the precision, and also the aggressiveness in the last actions, because you need to execute. I mean, if you don't execute, then the opponent will take the ball, and they will kill you, because
Exactly.
this is the tiny moment. You have to balance everything.
Yes, I have known trainers that they didn't like statistics, and trainers who lost statistics. So it must be a way maybe between these two extreme visions about volleyball, because statistics stats are important, but maybe sometimes what a player can do comes from the heart, comes from his
Yeah,
ability to play and see the game inside the court.
exactly.
Your point, or maybe the coach is the same. So sometimes I think too much information, maybe it's not so important, but it's important. I know, but sometimes I think more the instinct of the player or the instinct of the coach. I don't know. Maybe can do, and that's I think it's when why do you see teams that win, and sometimes you see teams that have many tall players, fantastic equipment, a technical team of 20 persons, but didn't win. So it's strange to know outside the court
Yeah.
why it's happened. So it's a mystery of sport, I think.
It's the mystery of sport, yes, and because you need to also, the numbers are important, but sometimes the numbers doesn't matter if you're like if you're empty inside, and also you have to have the magic. This is the moment that we don't know, because we are human beings. Everyone is doing in a different way, and this is the magic of the sport.
It's true. The magic sometimes, or the lack of the magic, I don't know what it is, sometimes works. Or sometimes, referring, for example, again to Coach Kirley, he told me they have so much win motivation. They were so motivated to win that sometimes, or many times, their mental strength were harder than the others. And
Yeah,
you could see this today. We can see you play in YouTube. We can sometimes I saw the best of Miroslava Paskova, the best attacks, the best blocks, and you can see this. It's amazing. In my time, you have nothing. Maybe sometimes a video cassette, and we can watch some old play. But today we are able to follow you and social media also, and the young players. I think it's a good thing. They can watch you and they can maybe follow you. They can sometimes write to you,
yeah.
speak to you. So I think social media, looking the not the empty glass, so the full glass. It's a good thing for you as a player. I don't know what you think about this, the social media importance.
Oh, it's a knife with two sides. I mean, it can be used like in a positive way, and also in the negative, because now I think nowadays the social media and all these devices and stuff, they are taking over everything, and more we become like zombies. But in the good way, you have access to every information that you want. Doesn't matter if it's sport or life, or you can reach every single thing that you want. Just you have to know how to use it. And I mean, with good intentions. But I'm happy, as I said, if I can be the example, or if I can be helpful. And I mean, I just have one, let's say, one social media. I have my emails and the applications, but people mostly can reach me through my Instagram. This is the
Fantastic.
only thing that I have.
Fantastic. And as I told you minutes before, my intention always with these interviews, with these conversations, is to show the world players like you. I have interviewed historical players, but I also wanted to interview actual players who are making history today, because I think all is important: the history, the actual moment of volleyball, and the future. So I think it's very important and also for me as a Chilean, as a person from South America, to be able to spread volleyball from the world, and in your case from Bulgaria, Europe. So I think, and the good part, as you say, from technology is that is allowing us to be connected. We're talking via Zoom today. It's amazing. In that
Yeah.
time were impossible. So I wanted to thank you, Miroslava, for your time. I know you have a very tight schedule. You must go to the training now. You have championships, but I wanted to wish you many luck in your career, and especially after your retirement from active volleyball playing, and your hopefully fantastic coaching and volleyball experience. So I wanted to thank you again, send you many good wishes from Chile, South America. Have a good year, 2024, and keep you invited to be in contact, and hopefully you can see what I'm doing in my channel. So for me, it was amazing to know you.
Thank you very much. It was my pleasure, and for sure we're gonna meet again when I become a coach. We can talk again on this one. We'll see how the things change. And I wish you also a successful year.